Well, good morning. It's Sunday morning. I'm not going to work today. I've got today all planned out to gather all the information necessary for my taxes. It's just so much fun, and I'm going to spend the rest of the day just gathering all the information to give to the accountant who actually does the taxes. And the only thing I'm going to do today this morning before then is on this bike, which I'm still waiting for the timing cover to come back, so we're not working on it, and on which I've removed the primary because we're installing an electric starter, and I'm not going to do that until the timing cover comes back. So this bike is not being worked on except today for a little while. What I'm going to do is modify the side stand. I sincerely believe deep in my heart that Norton has the second best side stand in the world. The only better side stand is on Harley full dress electric glides and large bikes, because when they extend their side stand on the Harleys, first of all, they're nice and big and substantial, but when the bike is leaned over onto the side stand, it locks in place, and it won't retract until you lift the weight off the side stand, then you can retract it. I had a motorcycle rental business, and one of the most fun things I would do to clients is walk up behind one of my Harley full dressers sitting there on the side stand. I would walk up behind it, push it forward about 3 feet, and watch them panic as they expected the side stand to retract and the bike fall over. But it wouldn't, because as I say, they lock in place. That's a trick Norton doesn't have. Basically none of our bikes have it. Okay, no, who would think of something like that back in the 60s, 70s, 80s? Anyway, Norton has the second best because it's really long, really strong, really substantial, and holds the bike up beautifully. One of these bikes will never fall over to the left when they're out on this side stand, but they wear. This side stand originally stopped right about this angle, and now it stops at that angle. And that's about 1/1000th of an inch before this little wear spot right here wears completely through, and the side stand will go forward. And when it goes forward, the bike falls over. So the side stands wear. If your side stand's way out here, you're on a hair's breadth away of having your bike fall over. So what I do is I have a welder weld a tab onto the side of the side stand itself, right about here, that goes out and hits the stop. I tried for a while having the welder just build up this worn area and then filing it flat and trying to make it work. And basically it takes so much time. It's just a lot of time and effort. I will not have a welder weld on a bike, so we can't just build this back up to where it is. So the wear is between these two pieces. It's here and it's here, okay? So this stand should stop right about here, and it doesn't because all the metal has just worn away from use. So I'm going to take this side stand off and have a tab welded here like that, and that'll be the new stop. And I'll show you how it's going to go as soon as I cut a piece of metal to fit there and clamp it in place, and I'll show you what we do. Well, here sits two containers full of metal scraps collected over the last 20 years. And I'm going to go through there and try to find an appropriate piece of steel that I can cut down to make the stop for the side stand. Okay, I found an old piece of scrap angle iron, and I cut this piece out of it like that. And yeah, I used a hacksaw. I have cutting tools, power cutting tools, but I don't like to use them in the shop because they make sparks, and sparks are bad. I don't like sparks, especially in the shop where I have several gallons of gasoline and half a dozen client bikes. So I did it with a hacksaw. It wasn't that hard. 5 minutes of sawing, no big deal. Anyway, I cut this piece out right here, and I'm going to take it over here and show you how I'm going to hook it up to this. I'll put it in place and show you how it works. All right, here's the stop held in place with the vice grips. And I'll move it out here and show you. it'll stop the side stand right about here, which is too soon. But I want him to make it so that it stops it too soon. So I have the opportunity of removing metal right here and making it stop exactly where I want it. Okay? So that's how it's going to go. I'm going to mark it. First of all, I'm going to clean off all the welding surfaces. And you can see from the side HUD how it works. And I will then be able to, once he welds it on there, I'll be able to grind away the stop, basically to match the contour and stop the side stand a few more inches forward. Okay? So that's what I do to fix the side stand. All right, I've got the tab cleaned up, the side stand cleaned up, it's clamped in place and marked. I'm going to take it over to my welder now and have him weld all 3 sides, maybe 4. As long as he doesn't get any up on the top here, everything's fine. We'll talk. Well, I got the side stand back from the welder, and it's gorgeous, it's beautiful, and it fits perfectly, and it has a swing absolutely lovely. I'm going to take it outside and put some primer on it and repaint the whole thing, and come back in an hour or so and finish up this video and show you how it works. All right, the side stand is complete, as much as it's going to be complete. And it swings nicely and swings out at a good angle. It's a very nice angle. Should be just fine. I like that. Okay, I'm going to set up the tripod and show you how I hang the spring on the side stand. Makes it, it's pretty darned easy. I'll show you how I do it. All right, let's see if this goes smoothly. Hanging the spring, you can try to stretch it out, get it in that hole and get it and hook it up. Or you can loosen the side stand. So it swings over like so. And hook up the eyelet like so. Tighten that a little bit more. Okay. Okay, it's good by me. One final thought. It's funny, as I walked over here to wash my hands, I looked down. Whoa! Look at the side stand on this Norton. It's sticking way out there in front also. It's within 1/8 of an inch of coming all the way forward and letting the bike fall over on the side. So I will be doing the same modification to this one that I did to that one, that I've done to half a dozen other ones. You know, you just, this one's got the short side stand. This is mine. I did that years ago. So, yeah, I'm beginning to think about every Norton that rolls in the shop is going to need that side stand modification.